Okay, so quick honeysuckle way update. Here it is here. I've just watched the final, what do you call it, the rough cut, completely through for the first time. You know, one thing continuously. Before I've had to watch it in sections, just to do with things to do with computers and the file size that you render it to and everything. It's quite an issue to get it all as one big thing. But I've done that and I just watched it, and it still moves me every time. Every single time it does, even after all this time of having made it, and you know, all of that. It just really gets me. It's really good. So there's just a couple of little tweaks I'm just going to make right now. Then I haven't spoken to Tony the composer for a little while. I know he's been busy the first part of this year, so he's only ever had the first section of the film anyway. So I'm going to send him the whole thing once I've just made these couple of little tweaks, and then I'll send him a cue list for the music. So he's only ever received information about the first third of the film, or probably not even that. So I'll get that done. But yeah, I'm just really happy with it. Some of the audio, it's interesting. The ambient sounds are a little bit loud at times. I've had to fiddle a bit with EQ and things like that just to emphasise the vocals. This is in the exterior shots, not really in the interior shots. But it's kind of, it works as like a design factor. The Brisbane really has a strong environment around you. You just feel the presence of the plants and animals, and you know, it's different to most kind of cities, I think. So and so that's come into it, which is really good. I actually like that, just so long as the clarity's there in terms of hearing the audience, hearing the actors. I mean, really, it needs someone who's an expert in audio working on it, and if we're lucky enough to get a good distributor, we'll be able to do that. But it's quite good. It's just, as opposed to most films where so much of it's ADR and really fake, actually, but you get a nice, clean, consistent sound. This really feels rough and in the moment, which is, you know, part of the whole style of the thing anyway, and certainly the way I filmed it. You know, visually it works that way, and so it's just interesting seeing how it works that way audio-wise as well. You know, I've got the disadvantage of having seen it so many times, and having written it, I know what the actors are saying, so, you know, really needs other people to put a fresh set of eyes and ears on it. But I actually quite like that presence of the ambient sounds around it. As long as we can still hear the actors, having all of that stuff kind of really present, though, actually works quite well, and it just makes it grittier and more, yeah, more authentic, actually, I think. So anyway, so that's where we're at now. I'm in the middle of moving house, which is great, but a huge amount of work, so that's kind of been a bit of an issue lately. But anyway, you know, just with my time factors. But it's really disappointing there's no Brisbane Asia Pacific Film Festival this year, or Brisbane International Film Festival as it used to be. They really need to get one. It's such a shame. So I don't know where we're heading as far as premiering it. Sundance, I think, is early next year. I thought I might give that a go. Yeah, still looking at that. I still want it finished by the end of the last quarter of this year, and we'll just see what's available. But yeah, I'm going to, once I've sent this off to Tony, I'm just going to start putting feelers out to distributors and various festivals. I'll see how we go. So yeah, it works really well. The leads, Ashley and Christian, are fantastic. Everyone's really good in it, actually, and it's just a really emotional thing, and it conveys what it needs to convey. So it's really nice, actually. So anyway, so that's where we're at the moment. Okay, see ya. Bye.